Angel Reese putting on a show, outduels Caitlin Clark with 25 points, 16 rebounds in the Sky's win over the Fever. Reese scored a career high to help Chicago beat Indiana 88-97.
Have you ever wondered what happens when a top athlete who everyone believes is invincible is caught up in a controversy that might terminate their career? Buckle up, because we're about to get into one of the most startling moments in WNBA history. Angel Reese, a popular figure who has created a reputation as a force to be reckoned with, has supposedly been found taking steroids, sending shockwaves across the whole sports world. This isn't just another headline, it might alter everything.
Angel Reese putting on a show, outduels Caitlin Clark with 25 points, 16 rebounds in the Sky's win over the Fever. Reese scored a career high to help Chicago beat Indiana 88-97.
Let's take a deeper look at how one of the WNBA's most prominent stars fell from grace. What was once a dizzying climb to prominence has now become a steep, jaw-dropping fall. And the most absurd part? It seems that this whole incident might have been averted if Angel Reese had chosen a different path. So how did we get here? How did someone who was on top of the world find herself in such a mess? Let's break everything down.
Reese is the first rookie since Aja Wilson with 25 plus points and 15 plus rebounds in a single game.
I'm a dog. You can't teach that. I'm going to go out and do whatever it takes to win, and every single night, my teammates rely on my energy. So being able to continue the energy, even if we're down, even if we're up, that's what I do.
Angel Reese has received a lot of attention, but not for the right reasons. She is a famous and vocal player in the WNBA, known for her aggressive demeanor and commanding presence on the floor. But she's now making headlines for all the wrong reasons. According to many sources, Angel Reese has been detected taking steroids, which might not only damage her image, but also terminate her career. Steroids in sports are a big concern. It's not just about breaching the rules. It's about betraying the confidence of fans, teammates, and the whole sports community. And for a player like Reese, who has been open about her status as one of the finest, the controversy is nothing short of devastating. So, what's really going on? How did this happen? And what are the next steps for the seemingly invincible player?
Just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that. Like, it's not just because of one person. A lot of us have done so much for this game, and Kennedy has been here before, obviously, but there are so many great players in this league that have deserved this for a really, really long time, and luckily, it's coming now.
Let's take a moment to discuss drugs and why they're such a big problem in professional sports. Steroids are merely a kind of cheating. They provide athletes an unfair edge by pushing their physical capabilities beyond their natural limitations. This is more than simply working out harder than everyone else. It's about artificially pumping up muscles, increasing stamina, and claiming to be an unstoppable force when, in fact, you're playing with a loaded deck. Steroids are prohibited in practically all sports for this reason. They alter the level playing field where athletes compete. It is not just about the immediate physical gains. Steroids may seriously harm an athlete's body and reputation. In a sport like basketball, where agility, speed, and power are essential, steroids may provide an artificial advantage that is virtually hard to compete with.
Goes out there, fights, gives it all she's got for her teammates every day, and they were relevant for a while before they went on this latest losing streak. But 26 double-doubles on the season, averaging a double-double, only the 5th rookie in WNBA history to pull that off. You can't say enough. The only thing you can say about her as a rookie is that she wasn't Caitlin Clark. That's about it. Everything else is nothing but positive, and even that is positive because everybody ain't gonna be the female version of Steph Curry, for crying out loud. That's what Caitlin Clark is, playing two different positions. But Angel Reese deserves all the credit in the world.
Heck of a season.
Heck of a season. I think she's got a really, really bright future.
Absolutely.
So when a player like Angel Reese, who has established her reputation as being powerful, impenetrable, and dominating, is accused of taking performance-enhancing drugs, it upsets everything she has constructed. It raises the question, was she really truly that good? Or was it all a ruse caused by illicit drugs? For fans, such a surprise may be heartbreaking. It alters your perspective on the person, the sport, and even the integrity of the game itself. You can't speak about Angel Reese without mentioning one of the WNBA's most visible rivalries, her continuing rivalry with Caitlin Clark. Those who follow the WNBA carefully know how fierce this rivalry is. It's not only about who the best player is, it's about who can be the WNBA's brightest star. Caitlin Clark has been nothing short of amazing. She's been breaking records left and right, dominating the game with her sheer natural ability. The key word here is natural. Unlike Reese, who's now suspected of taking steroids, Clark's accomplishments are pure and unchallenged. She smashed the WNBA rookie scoring record with 761 points without violating a single rule.
Last night, we saw Caitlin Clark take the last shot of her season, one that ended with an 87-81 loss to the Sun in Game 2 of the first round of the playoffs. Clark was the first one in the tunnel. Her long year of basketball over, she was chosen #1 in the WNBA draft and took a team that had won 30 combined games over the previous 4 years to its first playoff berth since 2016. Clark had a rookie record-setting year.
And now is when things become interesting. While Clark has received several honors, Reese has been outspoken about how she is the greatest, deserves all of the recognition, and how the media just favors Clark because she is white. However, with these steroid charges hovering over her head, it seems that Reese's claims and confidence were only a smokescreen to conceal her fears. The possibility that Reese was taking steroids all along changes the dynamic of her competition with Clark. It's no longer a fight between two outstanding athletes. It's a story about one player rising through pure skill and another maybe cheating her way to the top. If these charges are accurate, the whole story changes, and this is something fans and the WNBA will have to deal with.
Like, basketball has really consumed my life for a year, so I feel like it'll be good for me to kind of reflect back on everything that's happened. Like, I feel like I didn't even have time to really reflect on my college career because it ended so fast, and then I came here and was trying to give everything I could to this team, and it was special. There was a lot of things that this group accomplished that, you know, a lot of people probably didn't think was possible.
The charges against Angel Reese point to a deeper issue: desperation. It's no secret that the pressure to achieve at the top levels of professional sports is immense. The attention, sponsorships, and fans, it's a lot to manage. And for someone like Reese, who has built her whole brand on being the greatest, the pressure to remain at the top must have been enormous.
Angel Reese putting on a show, outduels Caitlin Clark with 25 points, 16 rebounds in the Sky's win over the Fever. Reese scored a career high to help Chicago beat Indiana 88-97, despite 17 points and a franchise record 13 assists from Clark on Sunday. Reese is the first rookie since Aja Wilson with 25-plus points and 15-plus rebounds in a single game.
But here's the thing, when you're competing against Caitlin Clark, who does everything instinctively, the pressure may be overwhelming. Reese's alleged steroid usage seems to be a desperate effort to stay competitive, preserve her image, and remain relevant in a sport where natural skill is shining brighter than ever. It's the ugliest move you can make in sports. Use performance-enhancing substances to compensate for inherent deficiencies, and it's almost hilarious. Reese has always been the loudest in the room, claiming to be the greatest, but now it seems that all of her discourse was a cover for her fears. Instead of working harder and perfecting her skill, Reese supposedly took the easy way out, the coward's path. Steroids may give you muscles, but they don't provide you with heart, which Caitlin Clark possesses in plenty.
Oh, you know I love a good rivalry, and it continues, and the fireworks are still there, folks. Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark squared off again as the Clark's Indiana Fever defeated Reese's Chicago Sky 88-83 on Sunday, making it 2-0 Clark in the pros. Reese and Clark have been linked since their much-hyped matchup in the 2023 Women's Final Four when Reese came out victorious. This one not without controversy, as Reese, attempting to block Clark's shot, also delivered a hard blow to her head. As Clark drove to the basket in the third quarter, officials upgraded the call to a flagrant 1 foul. Reese seemed to take exception to the ruling.
Angel Reese has spent years portraying herself as an unstoppable force in the WNBA. She has been open about her grandeur, confidence, and conviction that she is untouchable. However, with these steroid claims, the whole image is beginning to shatter. The player who once referred to herself as the WNBA's queen is now faced with the hard realization that her reign may have been based on falsehoods. The potential for hypocrisy is far more harmful. Reese has been one of Caitlin Clark's harshest detractors, accusing her of earning unfair accolades owing to her color. But now it seems that while Reese was busy making charges, she may have been keeping a secret of her own. It's the classic example of projection, blaming someone else for the same thing you're guilty of.
I think so many people are watching women's basketball right now. It all started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, like, yeah, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas.
Reese's character as a powerful, outstanding athlete has always been part of her brand. She didn't simply want to be considered excellent, she wanted to be recognized as the greatest. However, if these steroid charges are proven accurate, it will be evident that her achievement was not the product of hard effort or natural skill, but of cheating, and no amount of public relations or damage control can change it. So what happens next? If the charges against Angel Reese are proven accurate, it might be the end of his career. The WNBA has a rigorous zero-tolerance policy towards performance-enhancing drugs, and getting detected taking steroids is one of the most serious offenses a player can commit. Not only will Reese risk suspension or expulsion from the league, but her whole career may be stained by this incident.
Yeah, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that. Like, it's not just because of one person. A lot of us have done so much for this game, and Kennedy has been here before, obviously, but there are so many great players in this league that have deserved this for a really, really long time, and luckily, it's coming now.
Reese's integrity as an athlete will be called into doubt, and this scandal will overshadow her legacy, whatever it is. Let's not forget about the potential influence on her endorsements and partnerships. Brands do not want to be associated with cheats, and after the dust settles, Reese may lose more than just her position in the WNBA. The WNBA will also have to face the problem straight on. The league has worked hard to retain its integrity and expand its fan base, and a high-profile case like this might jeopardize its image. Will the WNBA hold Angel Reese responsible, or will they brush it under the rug? Many people are asking this topic, and the answer might establish a precedent for how the league deals with similar concerns in the future.
Yeah, Caitlin Clark came into the WNBA as the most impactful women's basketball player we've seen in a generation, and it took a combination of things, both on and off the court. Off the court, attendance, viewership. On the court, breaking the single season scoring record or the all-time scoring record in college. But now you see her in the WNBA and you can say the exact same thing. Most impactful that we've seen in women's basketball for those same two reasons. Arenas were upgraded, viewership through the roofs. But then when it comes to the basketball, what she was able to do was truly impressive. She averaged 19 and 8. For some context, I won Rookie of the Year. I think I averaged 12. It is a huge feat to get those types of numbers. After Olympic break, you mentioned it, Molly. It's like finally she can wait, waiting to exhale.
Totally.
23, 9, and 8 were her averages, bringing the Fever to the playoffs. I know that there was a group, a big three with Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell as well, but what she has been able to do has transcended not just women's basketball, but it's women's sports in this moment.
One of the most remarkable parts of this whole story is its timing. Just when Caitlin Clark is on the rise, shattering records and dominating the league, Angel Reese's name comes up in connection with steroid usage. It almost stinks of desperation, as if Reese realized she couldn't keep up with Clark's immaculate successes and took a shortcut. Then there's the irony. While Reese was accusing Clark of being favored because of her ethnicity, she might have been keeping a performance-enhancing secret of her own. It's a typical example of projection, blaming someone else for something you're guilty of. If these charges are accurate, it becomes evident that Reese's actual issue was Clark's superiority, not his race. But instead of accepting that in addition to working harder, Reese reportedly opted to cheat.
That's about it. Everything else is nothing but positive, and even that is positive because everybody ain't gonna be the female version of Steph Curry, for crying out loud. That's what Caitlin Clark is, playing two different positions. But Angel Reese deserves all the credit in the world.
Heck of a season.
Heck of a season. I think she's got a really, really bright future.
Absolutely. Wishing her a speedy recovery and coming back next season, we expect even better and stronger. So all the best to her.
We've seen it repeated in sports. One player feels threatened by a competition and turns to drugs to gain an advantage. But it never works out. The truth always comes out, and the athlete who took the easy way out is forced to face the consequences. For years, Angel Reese has worked hard to build a narrative about herself as the finest, strongest, and most dominating player in the WNBA. She has been outspoken, assertive, and unrepentant about her position at the top. However, if these steroid charges are proven accurate, The whole story collapses. Fans would doubt Reese's accomplishments and wonder whether she was really as amazing as she claimed. Every game, triumph, and highlight reel moment would be marred by the idea that it wasn't her fault. It was the steroids, and no athlete wants to leave that legacy.
Queen Angel Reese announced to social media over the weekend that her rookie season has come to an end after unfortunately suffering a wrist injury that will require surgery. The number 7 pick in the draft finished the season averaging over 13 points, 13 boards. It's the highest rebound average in the history of the W. Reese also set the rookie record with 26 double-doubles. Stephen A., now that her season is over, how would you grade her rookie campaign?
Very good, very impressive. She deserves a lot of credit for it.
In comparison, Caitlin Clark's reputation will only get stronger. She accomplished excellence without violating the rules, taking shortcuts, or cheating. While Reese's reputation suffers, Clark's fame will continue to climb. The Angel Reese steroid controversy involves the whole WNBA, not just one player. The league has worked hard to increase its fan base, recruit new viewers, and establish its image as a credible, competitive sports league. However, situations like these may seriously undermine that effort.
There was an opportunity or two for me to probably attempt another shot there quite at the end, but I trust my teammates. Obviously, 13 assists, that means my teammates scored off of 13 of my passes. Like, it's a really great number. So I'm going to give them the ball every time and give them an opportunity to score. I believe in them.
Fans want to think that what they're viewing is authentic. They want to believe that the athletes they support are attaining success via hard effort, devotion, and skill. However, when a player is detected taking steroids, everything is called into doubt. Is that extraordinary performance genuine, or was it artificially enhanced? Was the game-winning shot a product of talent or cheating? If the WNBA hopes to keep its reputation, it must handle this situation straight on. Things are not an option to sweep things under the rug. The league must demonstrate that it takes performance-enhancing drug usage seriously and is dedicated to providing a fair and equal playing field for all players. As this narrative progresses, one thing becomes clear: the consequences of Angel Reese's suspected steroid usage will be far-reaching. Whether or not these charges are proven genuine, her reputation has already suffered. The once unquestionable athlete now confronts a future fraught with suspicion, doubt, and uncertainty. If the claims are verified, Reese's WNBA career may be over. She will risk not only losing her position in the league, but also the breakdown of her sponsorships, public image, and legacy. For a player who has established her name as the greatest, this controversy might be her undoing.
I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that. Like, it's not just because of one person. A lot of us have done so much for this game, and Kennedy has been here before, obviously, but there are so many great players in this league that have deserved this for a really, really long time, and luckily, it's coming now.
Aside from Angel Reese, this incident serves as a reminder of the value of honesty in athletics. Steroids may provide a shortcut to success, but they are inevitably discovered. When it occurs, the effects are catastrophic. As fans, all we can do is watch this story unfold, hoping that the truth is revealed and that the WNBA takes the appropriate actions to preserve the integrity of the game we all love.